Hello, seekers. Welcome to Ved Vyaskov Astrology and Puneet Astrology, a combined video. We were discussing about the Ketu transit in the Mula Nakshatra. I did post on my YouTube that Ketu is going to transit, and I did some tweet, and I got a lot of responses and emails and requests. And I think Ved, you also got a lot of requests from people that
Yeah,
what is this? What is this Sagittarius? What is happening in Sagittarius? What
yeah,
is Ketu doing? So
yeah.
let us we are going to just discuss on this. This will be an interactive session between me and Ved. So stay tuned till the end and do not miss this chance because it's very difficult to get hold of Ved to get a video. It's very difficult to bring him on the video. So Ved, welcome to the channel.
Yeah. Thanks, Puneet, and welcome everybody. So today we will be talking something about Ketu's transit in the last part of Sagittarius, not last, but the first part of Sagittarius sign, the first pada of Mula. And since Puneet, you and me have been talking on this topic since quite few many weeks, like since
Yes.
the day when Ketu transited into Mula Nakshatra, we were expecting certain results, especially when Ketu was in Mula and Rahu was in Adra. We predicted certain results that were between us. We predicted the timeline that these things will happen, these things will happen. And I was particularly interested when Rahu and Ketu were transiting at the 6 degrees. Then
Mhm.
we saw certain specific events happening, which happened. And now Ketu is transiting almost at about 3 degrees, which is a very interesting point. It is known as a galactic center. It is
Yes.
the center of galaxy. And this galactic center is said to be the Yog Tara or the main star of
Mhm.
Mula Nakshatra. So if we identify Mula Nakshatra with any process,
Mhm.
we call Mula Nakshatra as a black hole or something like that. Whatever the churning process, the cosmic churning that goes on,
Mhm.
then essentially this galactic center, 3 degrees of Sagittarius or Mula sign, is known as Sagittarius A star, which is a black hole at the
Which was
center of Mula.
discovered, which was exactly which was discovered when last year. There's an image taken of a black hole.
Yeah, yes, 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 yes. Even during that time, like Jupiter had just transited
Just transited the first pada of Mula.
into Sagittarius sign, and we even
Yes.
wrote an article on
Yeah.
that. So now Ketu is transiting over this galactic center, and this
Hmm.
galactic center is a supermassive black hole.
Hmm.
Uh, so it is eating away our galaxy. So all the qualities of Mula Nakshatra
Hmm.
are derived from this galactic center. So all the qualities of black hole are with the Mula Nakshatra. So we observe. And here, like I would say that though every planet has lordship over three nakshatras, Ketu has lordship over Ashwini, Magha, and Mula. But I would recognize very prominently Ketu as something related to Mula because Mula means initiation or the roots.
Initiation. Yes.
So, like, since all the viewers are very advanced in astrology and they know basic facts about astrology, what does Mula stands for. So here we will continue our discussion. What are your views on this thing?
Yeah.
On
So
the
basically, yeah. So basically, what I started seeing that is when the Ketu was just about to cross this Mula barrier, first pada, I was getting a lot of responses from people that people are trying to visit their ancestors, their past. They're talking about their roots. A lot of people are trying to come back to the country. And the root can be anything. It not necessarily mean that they really have to go into the cultural ancestry. A lot of people suddenly developed interest into scriptures. Not only that, they are trying to dig into the reasons why things happened in the past, memories, everything is now getting because what I feel is Ketu is acting like a sword and Ketu is trying to cut what is unnecessary. And Ketu is trying to go into Scorpio. See, Ketu will get exalted into Scorpio. If you see Scorpio is the eighth house, it's the Mrityu Bhava.
yeah.
Correct?
Here I would say that I would not take exaltation or debilitation of notes specifically.
Let's not because
Uh,
that's debatable. Yeah.
yeah, I would say that Ketu is good both in Sagittarius and Scorpio. Both are very
Mhm.
powerful signs
Powerful.
for Ketu, but
Yes.
both are of very different nature. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, Ketu is in a very, very impactful zone of Mula Nakshatra, and Ketu has certain specific nature,
Hmm.
which is also very similar to the Mula Nakshatra.
Correct.
Ketu stands for all kinds of incision or cuttings, cutting
Cuttings,
away the
yes.
unnecessary things. So
Hmm.
wherever Ketu goes, it cuts the thing, crosses the things. It is like cutting the cord or cutting the knot.
Hmm.
So if we are having any major planetary point or ascendant point, like or sun, moon, or any other major planets, then transit of Ketu over those planets are
Hmm.
producing very, very significant event in the lives of those people.
Yes.
Now, for the moment,
Mhm.
let's not discuss or include Corona in our discussion.
Yeah, let's not
It is a
bring any
different
kind of
phenomena.
negativity. Hmm.
Yeah, it is a different phenomenon. We will be purely focusing on Ketu's transit in Mula,
In Mola.
specifically in this zone. Okay,
Hmm.
so there could be we can talk on three or four major prototypes. Firstly, I see every chart in two or three categories. The chart could be of materialistic nature, chart could be of spiritual nature,
Spiritualistic.
and chart could be of mixed nature. Like there is a kind of equilibrium or a balance in the chart,
Hmm.
and dependent on that, Ketu in Mula will give result. Here we also
Hmm.
need to see that we also need to check the Jupiter, natal Jupiter
Yes.
in this zone, because in transit Jupiter, though it is in Sagittarius, but it is retrograde.
Retrograde.
So
And it's too far also. If you see, Jupiter is way far from the Ketu.
yeah, it is way far, I would
Hmm.
say,
Hmm.
but still, like Jupiter is a controller of Sagittarius sign, and since it is
Hmm.
retrograde, it is causing fluctuations. Like the
Yes.
sign is not balanced.
Yes.
So Ketu's transit during this phase could have been much more smoother, but since Jupiter is retrograde, so the transition is full of turbulence.
A lot of people are sensing it. A lot of people who are of Sagittarius ascendant and Sagittarius moon are actually sensing this transit. And they are actually quite disturbed, and something or the other is happening in their life that is actually it is like they have this feeling to get rid of the unnecessary, get rid of the clutter. They are decluttering themselves. So this is kind of a reset, I will say.
Yeah, I would say that it is one of the best time
Hmm.
to cleanse yourself or to know yourself from the very foundation root, like what you are from inside. And
Hmm.
if you have the negativity, it is the best time for doing self healing. So if you know
Hmm.
any kind of healing, then
Yes.
this period would be the best, and you should be doing healing.
Hmm.
This is one of the, also if you are interested into healing, if you are suffering from any kind of physical ailment also,
Hmm.
then this could be the best time to even learn some kind of healing. If you are doing that, it would be investment in self, and it will be one of the best investment, because it will be staying with you for a very long period of time.
Yes, and I have
Okay.
a very interesting take on this. Just to add on your point,
Yeah.
I have a very interesting take. If Mula, Ketu is said to be something that absorbs, correct?
Yes.
And Mula is something that takes you down to the root.
Yes.
That means it brings you to the Mooladhara chakra, you can say,
Yeah.
right from the base of the spine.
I,
So
I,
any
I
kind
was
of
going to come on that point also. That is
yeah,
very interesting.
yes. So yeah. So when since you talk about healing, when you get healed, these spiritual energies get accumulated in your Mooladhara chakra.
Yes.
These spiritual energy get absorbed, and what is happening after the Sagittarius? It is going into Scorpio, and Scorpio is said to be like, you can say, it's a garbhagriha
Yes.
of any, if any. It's something that is hold underground, so it's storage, and it's for a very long time. So if you can get healed, if you can connect yourself with any kind of cosmic power, spiritual power, it is going to stay in your body for a very long time. And this is also a problem for many, especially the materialistic people, because for them, you have to lose, you have to give up the materialistic desire. So this is the end of the desire.
So yeah, so we were talking about these things like since past many days,
Mm.
that we have observed, and we have many complaints, like many cases in our consultation where people are very much troubled. Either they are having some kind of physical or health
Mm.
related issues, and many people are suffering. Even there are some problems with me also for few days.
Mhm.
So what we can say is that Ketu in Mula is producing that because the unnecessary or the negative energies are coming out of you. Okay.
Hmm.
So there could be, if the problem is not serious health related issue, like there could be small cuts or some pains here and there, then it is okay. But Ketu has a potential to give serious illnesses also in this
Hmm.
time period. So firstly, we should take utmost care
Hmm.
and develop some form of spiritual practices because energies at this moment are also very turbulent. And as I have
Hmm.
mentioned, that transition is not smooth because Jupiter is retrograde at this moment. The
Correct.
disposition, the controller of the sign is retrograde, so transition of energies, the energies are not channelized in a proper way. Okay,
Correct.
normally Jupiter Ketu conjunction is considered to be very good, but
Yes.
there are certain conditions. So the thing is that Jupiter will go direct on 15th of September, right? I
Around
think
around that time. Around that time. Yeah.
so. And at that time, like Ketu would also be at the very end, very
Edge.
dominant Gandanta zone. So that will
Yes.
be very powerful, and things would stabilize from that period onwards.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay,
That may
so
be the
this
time
is
when the people realizes, what they have to give up, because this is the time. Okay, I usually take this reference. This is the time, like we are standing on the river, at the edge of the river. Each one of us have a lot of baggage with us to carry, but there is only one boat, a small boat, so we can only carry the essentials. So we have to decide what we need to cut and what we have to carry on forward. So for me, it's like a spiritual rebirth, especially for all those people who have Sagittarius dominant signs. And right now, it is going to be Jupiter. You are rightly saying that Jupiter is causing a slight fluctuation. In fact, not slight, but a lot of fluctuations. Another reason is that if you see, the entire belt of Jupiter, Saturn, and Ketu is retrograde and focused towards Scorpio, as well as Jupiter is hemmed between Saturn and Ketu. So Jupiter is under Pap Kartari right now in his own house. So it's a kind of a trap-like situation.
yeah.
But spiritually speaking, strictly spiritually speaking, this is one of the best time, because this gives an opportunity to reconsider a lot of things, go back to the drawing board, correct a lot of events. Learning from the past mistake can be taken as a reference from this Jupiter in Mola. But do you think anything new should be started at this point of time? Like if people plan to do something new, should they be careful, or should they, how should they actually take this time? What is your take on that?
I would say that if you are talking about anything related to business or finance or something like that, like a new startup or something,
Hmm.
then it is a kind of a tricky position. I would say
Hmm.
not at least at this moment.
Hmm.
They should not start because there are certain problems. I will be explaining it in few coming minutes. But what
Hmm.
I see is that how we can channelize our energies. Like this could be very powerful and dominant period for realizing and realizing our inner self. So
Hmm.
if we want to get initiated into any kind of spiritual practices like uh, any dhyan or sadhana or mantra jap, then this could be very good time period. And especially for any kind of chakra meditation. Here we
Yes.
see that Ketu is in Mula, and Mula is always correlated to Mooladhara chakra. Okay.
Yes.
Other than that, Ketu in planetary system also indicates Mooladhara chakra because Ketu is the initiation, the spark, the initial
Initiation.
spark.
Yes. Mhm.
Ketu would be transiting at the very Gandanta zone. And one another important thing that I would like to mention is that Ganesh Chaturthi is on 22nd of August. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
on 23rd of September, Ketu transits into
Into the
Scorpio sign. So
Scorpio
this
sign.
final month, especially the 10 days of Ganesh Chaturthi,
Mhm.
would be very significant if you want to do any kind of mantra jap
Mantra japa.
related to energy activation or
Mhm.
such kind of because Ganpati is always associated with Mooladhara chakra.
Yes, that is the point. So this also says that this Ganesh Puja, this Ganesh Utsav, is going to be, you can say, a blessing by God. It's up to us. Can we absorb that energy, or we should not? We just get our mind busy into problems. So this also means that maybe a big Ganesh puja is not possible for everyone.
Yeah,
But maybe
definitely not.
just remembering the Lord Ganesh, maybe simply chanting the Vakratunda mantra or simple Om Gam Ganpate Nama, that can result into great fructification of positive karma. And
Yeah.
there may be one chance, I can say, for a few lucky ones, it may be an end of lot of prarabdha collected that they have accumulated.
Yes.
It can be an end to that bad karma and it can give them a completely new life. Obviously, it won't happen in a day. It will take some time, but they will see the color of their life changing, especially
Yes.
after September.
Yes. Yep. One more thing I would like to add, like since we are talking about Ketu's actions in the Gandhantas region,
Yeah, that
and
is very
Gandhanta,
interesting.
yeah, this is one of the most significant and important Gandhanta. It is more important than Ashwini Revati Gandhanta. I would consider
Mhm.
this Mula because
Mhm.
Gandhanta is named after, is most often called it Gandamul because of this
Gandamul, yes, because of
because of
this nakshatra, Mool
because of
nakshatra.
this
Yeah.
Mool Nakshatra. So like we know that why what happens during the Gandhanta, like there is a completion of one nakshatra cycle,
Mm.
and two very different elements like fire and water elements are getting changed. So the transition is very difficult. And here we see that,
Volatile,
yeah,
steamy
volatile.
transitor.
Yeah. And here we see that um, this Jyeshta is very Tikshna nakshatra, sharp nakshatra,
Mhm.
and Mula is also very Ugra nakshatra. So
Mm.
it is fierce, that is sharp. So Ketu is, and Ketu itself is a very sharp, biting, piercing, or
Mm.
slicing element.
Slicing
Okay.
element. Yeah.
So Ketu cuts. So there would be a lot of friction. It
Mm.
could be taken friction as a metaphor, like we need to be very careful in arguments, like there could be a lot
Mm.
of fights.
Mm.
And if we see the global politics also, there is a lot of friction going on.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. Even in in public psyche also, like lot many protests and global things, global politics are going on.
Mhm.
And diplomatically also there is a lot of friction. So we need to conserve our energies and then channelize them
Mm.
in a different way.
Different way.
So the transition of Ketu over Jyeshta Nakshatra would not be very smooth,
Mm.
and it will produce more turbulence. And as I have
Turbulence.
mentioned that uh, these two signs, Scorpio and Sagittarius, are controlled by their dispositors.
Mhm.
Jupiter is retrograde till 15th of September. Okay.
Mm.
And Ketu transits to Scorpio sign on 23rd of September.
Mhm.
Okay. It enters the sign of Mars, and Mars is going retrograde on 10th of September.
And that too, you see one more thing. When the Ketu is doing the transit, Mars is retrograde.
Uh,
Uh, Not only that, Mars will be in Aries, his own sign.
yeah,
Jupiter will be retrograde in Sagittarius, his own sign,
yeah,
and Sun will be in Leo.
yeah. See,
That
those
is that is
15,
that is
yeah,
also.
that I know that those 15 days, 12, 15 days of September month would be very special. I would say that uh, it could be, it could prove as blessing in disguise also. Like at this moment, there would be very high tension, and but after that, the things will start to stabilize. Okay,
Yes.
because in that in those 15 days of September, the first 15 days of September, majority of the planets would be either in their own sign
Own
or
sign.
their powerful sign.
Exalted, yeah.
Okay,
Correct.
like Venus would be in
Cancer.
Venus would be in, I think Venus is not
Venus is
involved,
in Cancer.
but Mars
Venus
would
is
be
not
in
a.
Aries, it is Sagittarius, and Rahu Ketu are already in their powerful, and Saturn is in, Sun is
In
in
fact,
Leo.
in fact, if you see on 10th of September, that date, Moon is also exalted.
Yeah,
Moon is also in Taurus. So
yeah,
really.
Moon will also be in Taurus. Okay,
Mhm.
so all planets would be in their very powerful sign, and if we analyze them in the last week of year 2019, the
Mhm.
Christmas week when there was a major solar eclipse, all the
Yes.
5 or 6 planets were there in the sign of Sagittarius, and they were getting
Mhm.
afflicted. Okay,
Afflicted.
so all those planets which are involved in that time, Now they will be in a
They're
very
gaining
powerful.
this. They're gaining the strength back.
Okay, so
Hmm.
this whole 9 month was like a trap, and we will be seeing that we will get a kind of sudden release from that trap.
Yes.
Okay, so
Unexpected one. You can say Ketu will cut it off. It's like slice off.
yeah, so this September month would be. I am from the very start. I'm very hopeful for the September month. Like even when we did our those that 2000 year 2020 webinar
Yeah.
with four other astrologers,
Yes.
then we have given a timeline, specific timeline of what will happen, and majority of the things are proving very, very correct. Okay,
Yes.
so I had given three pivotal points: January, May, and September. So in September there will be more of an end to the things. Okay,
Yes.
I would not exactly that particularly end, but some solution would be found out, or
Hmm.
we will see a new hope. Okay,
Hmm.
so things will end gradually in a good way.
Hmm.
So it would be a good thing. But what I wanted specifically to mention is that after Ketu's transit into Mola, Ketu would go into Jeshta,
Hmm.
which is the nakshatra of power
Power, authority.
and authority. Okay.
But Ketu defines something which has to be given up. So some power that holds the power has to give up his power. You can take it like that.
Yeah. So Ketu's transit into Jesta would be very difficult for governments, like those people who are very authoritarian or
Hmm.
authoritarian governments, dictatorships. They would
Hmm.
find it difficult to hold their power.
Hold that power. Yes.
Okay.
A lot of
So
clashes because if
yeah,
you see, Jeshta is controlled by Indra,
yeah,
and Ketu is something that if the person is not utilizing his authority in a positive way, not in a spiritual way, if you say, then it is
uh,
going to face a lot of opposition and restriction, and a lot of resistance will come because Ketu is ruthless. I will say
yeah,
Because Ketu doesn't have a vision, right? Ketu will simply act. Ketu is a planet of mere action.
yeah,
Again, and if you see the day when the Ketu is moving over Scorpio, not
uh,
only it will come out from the Gandanta and move into the Jeshta Nakshatra.
uh,
See the position of Mars also. Mars will aspect Scorpio.
yeah,
Mars aspect falls on Scorpio also.
yeah.
So not only Ketu is getting, because Ketu is always said to be like Kuja.
Mhm.
Kuja means Mars. Ketu be acts like Mars in general. So when
Yeah,
Ketu sits in Scorpio, it acts like Mars, and
yeah.
that's Mars aspecting Scorpio. The Scorpio is suddenly becoming very powerful.
And
So the
see, the thing is that Mars is also retrograde, and retrograde Mars
yes,
is very, very dangerous.
very
Okay,
dangerous.
like
Yes.
we have even discussed that retrograde Mars either may indicate major uh, attacks, like terror attacks, or some kind of military coups or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so both ways, strong masculine force. Retrograde Mars is a very strong masculine force.
Masculine
Okay,
forces.
so it will directly hit. It will be a kind of a challenger.
Mm.
So both activities will rise up. So
Yes.
there would be like there are many chances that some probable very strong military action will take place somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see. That
Yeah.
time will tell.
That
But
time will tell. But hopefully it should be good for the world because considering the positive planets, it starts with a positive note. See, the
yeah,
2020 started with an eclipse and it was a very negative one.
yeah,
But this just before the Ketu transit, this auspicious formation of planets, all positive planets going into his own house,
yeah,
the push is positive. So this means this is a fight for the right, you can say. So wherever the fight is, wherever the struggle is, it's going to be to establish the dharma, to establish the righteousness.
yeah.
So is it like do you see that the future, say 2021,
Huh.
is actually very strict, I will say, because of the debilitation of Jupiter,
Hmm.
but also very dharmic, that we as individual are somehow detached because Ketu will detach us to a certain extent and reattach, you can say replant each individual.
See, I would not say exactly very dharmic because in year 2020,
Hmm.
world has seen a lot. People have seen a lot.
Yes.
Like
Hmm.
their families, their businesses got ruined. Okay.
No, with
So
just to clarify, dharmic with dharmic, I don't mean religious. I mean
yeah, yeah,
slightly spiritual.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So now, people will be very, very skeptical. They will not
That is
easily
true.
trust other people.
Hmm.
So that kind of skepticism will come. Like even while going out, they will think 100 times whether it is safe, whether it is
That is
necessary,
true.
whether
That's
I can
practical, yeah.
afford it or not.
Hmm. That is true. That is practical, and that is just a byproduct of what
Ah,
humanity has gone through in the last.
yeah, and other thing is that see, Saturn is in its own Capricorn sign, which is a sign related to core practicality. So people
Yes.
will become more
More
practical.
practical. More practical. Yes.
So in that way, it could be that year 2000 is another thing. I have not seen what are the major transits in year 2021.
Hmm.
Maybe we will discuss it when the time
We will
comes.
we will we will discuss at the right time.
So let's hope like yeah, what we
So
can say.
let's hope, yeah. So let's hope that the Ketu transit in Moola does not take you to nightmares. And if you have any challenges, if you are facing any challenge in this transit, all you have to do is maintain your spiritual integrity, maintain your spiritual right mind.
Uh-huh. So it could be a very good time period to get your clutter of mind cleaned. Okay. So
Yes.
you can go to a psychiatrist, you can
Hmm.
get involved into some kind of spiritual practices, you can
And
remove
hmm,
mental blockages by some means or the other means.
I know what means you're talking. I know one very good means called PLR. We will make a video on that. We will make a video on that. Guys,
Yes.
I'm going to introduce you to PLR, which is past life regression. It is a very interesting method. And specifically, if you combine this with astrology, that becomes really interesting. We will give them another
Very,
video.
very powerful.
Very powerful. It's actually a very powerful tool to cleanse yourself.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps you.
Hmm.
So with this, we meet again. We'll meet again in the next video. A lot of videos coming soon. Wade's channel's link is also in the description box below. If you follow him and give him a shout out on Instagram, all the social media links are given in the description box below. So let's meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.